Okay, it's time for my favorite topic. Fast Five. Let's get to our first topic. The school board. Their budget is theoretically closer to passing. There was a budget meeting the other night, and nobody had much bad to say about it. They had $5 million or so to make up. What do we think about that?
Got to tighten the belt, but you got to pay the teachers. I mean, our teachers work hard in Washington County, and we need to pay them accordingly.
Well, I think you have to pay the teachers, and ultimately education is probably the single most important thing that we have to do as a society. If we don't educate our children, then everything else falls apart.
Janice?
I was pretty much going to stand up for the teacher as well.
Okay.
So I think they have to look at, what's the wise solution? Where can you cut and where can you not cut?
Well, and I think the budget as it's proposed contains some level of step increase for the teachers. I believe that's the case. All right.
We don't need to have a strike like Verizon has.
No.
Or Detroit.
Next topic, Maryland Theater funding receives preliminary okay from the city. That's the funding, the $1 million for the architectural work, and I think it has to do with a little broader area architectural than just the Maryland Theater. But the reality is, if this works, this could roll into a multi-million-dollar project having to do with a big revitalization project downtown that was a city-county partnership.
I think that's a good investment. I really do, because I mean, look at the International Film Festival that we had here. That puts people on the street.
Feet on the street.
And then those same feet on the street, they're going to visit the shops that are downtown.
Yep.
They're visiting shops, they're going to restaurants, they're spending money locally. And I think it's the type of thing where you need to invest in this because you're going to get an ROI on your dollar invested in this. And I think it provides the opportunity to go talk to state agencies and federal agencies to look at assistance for funding this. Because I was just at a meeting where Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development was there, and I think this would be a great option to look at getting some matching dollars from state.
Colin?
I'll make this fast. I was downtown a couple of weeks ago on a Friday night. We went downtown as a family to eat dinner, and we went to Pretzel Pizza Company, we went to 28 South, and Bulls and Bears, and all of them were booked up because Maryland Theater was having a show that night. To me, that's wonderful. That's exactly the economic driver we need downtown.
And that's why the Maryland Theater is such an important key in this whole process.
Absolutely.
Because they do bring feet on the street.
They do.
Much better investment than a walking trail.
Okay.
Absolutely. No question on that.
Moving on.
When is rape not rape?
No means no.
One government says that if it's oral, it doesn't count.
I have to say this, and this should be a no-brainer to anybody. Unless somebody agrees or says yes, it's rape. I'm sorry. I don't care how you define it. This should not be a debate. It's really, really straightforward and simple.
So going into this segment, you had plenty to say before it started. Come on, give it to us.
Their whole argument from the judge's stance, whatever, is the fact that the law in Oklahoma says specifically.
Well, there's the first problem. It's Oklahoma. Did it
says
involve sheep or cows?
specifically that rape was considered to be either anal or vaginal. And it did not stipulate that it was unlawful for forced, involuntary oral intercourse.
Right.
And so their stance was, well, it's a lesser charge. It's not considered rape because it doesn't stipulate that. And I think that's where we're so caught up in the letter of the law that you've forgotten the spirit of the law. And in my opinion, if it would have been somebody in the justice system, whether it was the defense attorney or the judge that had been the victim in this situation, I guarantee they would have been convicted.
Yeah. I remember somebody that once said, I did not have sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I think the judges must have took his cue.
Been on that same page.
Oh, it's from
right?
Oklahoma.
Now, he didn't say anything about the cigar, though.
Okay. All right. Washington County gets record low interest rate on bonds. What do we think about that?
We have a great credit rating, and let's keep at that good credit rating.
And I got to tell you, and we've been doing this is season 3 of the Flipside. We're at 140 some episodes at this point, and we have from time to time, believe it or not, beat up the county a little bit about different things. but I don't think anybody can argue the fiscal responsibility of this county and those who lead it. The credit
Sometimes
rating.
over responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, that's true,
being
and you know
fiscally
what? You can,
responsible is
but
never
you
a
know
bad
what?
thing.
And I beat on Terry Baker for being too conservative sometimes. But you know what? If he's going to go one way or the other, I think I'd rather go a little too
So
conservative.
that's a good thing.
Rather than
because-
spend, baby, spend.
No, exactly, and I mean
Okay,
it's
so
a great
for
thing
our backlash.
for your backlash. Oh yes, Target's transgender policy triggers backlash. What do we say about that?
Well, you know, public restrooms suck, okay? Because I should not be able to look through the cracks in the door. I should not be able to peek over the top of the door. I should not be able to peek underneath the door. We need to have better restroom stalls.
I agree with you. I think this is not an ism problem. This is a facilities problem.
Correct.
And here's, I'm going to say this, and I feel rather strongly about this. 3 points I'm going to bring up. First of all, I've been to Target. There is no backslash. Second of all, there is, as a parent or as somebody who's concerned about your child being in a bathroom, I'm more concerned about male perverts with my son in the bathroom when he was younger than I am about anybody else. And third of all, I really don't care. This is a plastic issue that's being generated by people based on their own supposed moral beliefs that has absolutely nothing to do with reality.
What I care about is the fact that Last Call is next. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stay with us.